Hello, Kylo. Can you hear me?
Hello, I can. I've just set
Oh,
up.
that's wonderful.
I've just got the recording software set up here.
Oh,
Do you,
fancy.
do you want to play on two tables or like connected or?
Yeah, I just moved the two tables to connected together. I think that's big enough for a flotilla game.
Yeah, so we would have one on one side, one on the other.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're essentially one contiguous board, but it's.
so you would be like here, and I would be like here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Play it long ways. I was thinking to give us more surface area across, but we could totally do that.
Yeah, I was thinking this way first. So yeah, my build. I'm sorry, is not very well thought out. I've been, yeah, I have three. I had an attack wing game yesterday. I'm having two today, and then I'm also making a video today. And I also had two D&D games over the weekend. This weekend has been jam packed. Normally, I can't ever fit this much stuff in. Uh,
I was
so
about to say, sounds like you've been busy. I wish my weekends were that
this
productive.
normally it's not this busy. So this has been a bit of a crazy. Actually, no, it's gonna take us forever for our ships to get in range if we play lengthwise. Let's just play landscape for now.
Yeah, I think it'll work out better with just a larger surface area. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to have to squeeze like seven ships all along one 3 foot section.
I've named this the Slapdash Flotilla. Um,
I like it.
so the roles sort of are the only ones I really put a lot of thought into were Avatar of Tomed and the Shuttlecraft, believe it or not, and they're super simple builds.
Gotcha.
What it
I
is
went through and gave myself an interesting set of independent captains on all the attack ships, and basically the flagship and the base were the only ones that I made sure to build up as like a clown car. Everything
mm-hmm.
else is just independent stuff with good enough cards to make it work. Did you want this planet token or the planet sphere?
I like the planet spheres. Yeah, those are cool.
Okay.
And that, if I remember correctly, is set up within range 2 to 3. I have the PDF. Let me check. I was happy I put the PDF together this quickly. It
Right? I thought that was
can
real
take.
neat. And once I actually saw there was like a legit set of rules for trying to build a fleet, I immediately went out and tried it.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot. Yeah, I think you were right about maybe boosting the SP up to 300 as opposed to 200, because this is with the savings program, and we both only have 5 ships,
6 ships.
6 ships. Yeah, and I initially was thinking the standard amount of like you'd be running at minimum 2 formations in a game. So yeah, we might need to
I
adjust
do
the.
actually have enough for two formations, but they're just two ships each. Um, I think
I
one
mean,
of the
yeah.
tricks is that I didn't commit fully to the idea of support ship plus um, tiny ship. The formation rules you have set up make it so that you get a bigger bonus for flying one ship essentially blank and just using it to support. But at the same time, I was convinced that that would mean that some of my ships just get targeted down real quick and then I'm left with nothing. So I did make sure to at least try and spread the love.
Yeah, I think next time we'll try to aim for 300, but we'll at least be able to test the
Yeah.
formations. Um,
To be fair, whatchamacallit, 200 isn't that far above 130, which is something normal people play. So it makes sense to try and go even bigger and better for like a 300 point big drag out flotilla game.
okay, so it's within range 3, but not within range 1 to 2. So if you extend past range 3, that's fine with the base. So my base would have to be set up here, or I could choose, here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set up nice in this corner here,
Got it.
and I need to sync my things. I didn't quite have time to do that. Ooh, yeah, this is a mess. This is a mess. I made a repair ship shuttle that's designed to dock with ships, and then they
Oh
dump
yeah.
repair crew.
Interesting.
Is that it's right here, type
Kind of
7.
delivery. Uh, is a shuttle able to join a formation?
Yes, I think it's. I don't know if I typed that. I think I did. It's supposed to be shuttles, fighters, and support ships can all fly in formation,
Okay,
and they can
I
be a
believe it. I
mix.
just wanted to check.
And if it isn't, that's supposed to be a rule. Let me just type in.
That's
No,
weird.
the word appears so many times. Factions and ships,
Wait a
stealth
minute.
ships.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I assumed that um, space stations moved in the direction of one of their arcs.
Do they
Turns
not?
out that's not how it works. If you move forward, you're moving in between your two arcs to the left and right. Does that make sense?
Oh, not sure how that works, but I don't own that space station
Yeah, it feels weird, but
because they're so expensive. Okay.
based on the graphic for the stats and stuff, that is technically right. Just feels wrong. Right. I think my base is going to go about there. Almost done syncing all my dials. It took me a while to get through all that.
I can't find the rules off the top of my head. Oh yeah, here we go. It's under
What?
shuttles and fighters. Shuttles and fighters may also join formations. It's the last note under shuttles and fighters for
Okay,
ship
cool.
classifications.
Because one of the rules about formations is the idea that you can fire all at once in order to double one of your ship's attack.
Yeah, basically you forfeit all your attacks except for one, and you double that ship's primary weapon, and that happens if you have two ships. If you have three ships, I think you get a reroll, like as if it was target lock.
Yeah, you get
And if you have,
better quality and
I think
stuff.
if you have four ships, then you get a free battle stations for that attack.
Hmm.
So it's like this more in your formation, the stronger it becomes. So like, if I had, for example, well, this formation here has a maximum attack dice of 2. I can use this formation to boost one of these Mirandas up to a 4.
Right, right. And I think that taking advantage of that kind of stacking and combination to essentially throw in a smaller blank ship that supports a more effective ship
Mm-hmm.
could result in me squeezing like one or two more ships in here
Yeah, if I had
because
scrapped this Voyager, I could have probably filled like a.
the Voyager was soaking a lot of your points, but
Yeah,
you
just a
also
bit.
want it to
I
be impressive.
I just well, it's not necessarily impressive. I just ever since the Borga Blade of I got my first Borga Blade of Hull Armor card, I was all like, one day I need to just throw as many of these on the starship as possible. So this has
It blows
a
me away that that's not unique.
I think it has a durability of 30.
Yeah, that would make sense. You've got 20 on the five different Borga Blade of Hull armors,
And then
and
you've
you've
got
got
10 from the
10
ship.
on the base. Oh, wow.
It's gonna take a pound. It's unfortunately it's gonna be like Ender's Game, where all that's left is the flagship flying right at the
Right? It's
everything
just
else
just the
will be
last one.
dead.
It's the final
And
sacrifice.
this guy's my like B-52 bomber. It's just designed to fly in and drop some bombs and then fly away.
Yep. Drop some things in there, some warheads.
Yeah, they're yeah. It's I the card is not actually in Tabletop Simulator for some reason. So
That entertains me.
it comes with the Galgathong, so I just have these as a stand-in. It's one dice less than an amount of mines. It can't be dropped on a ship, and it's deployed within range 1. It's counted as an
Yeah.
attack. I've considered what was it? There was a combo I was looking at once, which was going to capitalize on the whole making I think multiple attacks, or if you make an attack, then do this. Oh yeah, it was the Maki tactics, which lets you move after you attack. And the thing is
Hmm.
sometimes you can't have an enemy in your arc, right? You don't have an enemy in your arc. So what you could do is you could deploy uh, a minefield like this on your ship, and when you drop it, it's considered an attack.
Yeah, it uses up your attack for the turn,
So
and
you could
because you
then,
weren't spending it on anything anyways, you actually are dropping in something that's going to affect the board.
and it then means that you can do your secondary move because you have technically attacked.
Yeah, it counts as an attack even though you didn't have an opposing ship to lay that down on, so it keeps the combo going.
Alpha Miranda.
All right. Let me just finish reordering here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bit of a theme going on. Most of the Federation stuff is well, the Swarm is actually themed. The other two are kind of a mess.
The other two are because we can.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to separate out my fleet. I've got my ship sorted by captain skill and just about ready to start placing.
Yeah. And we'll mark this at, because I've still got to take a shower, head to
Yeah,
bed, and then make
there's a
supper,
lot
and
of
then eat supper, and then record the Vulcan episode. Oh, I was going to put some Vulcan cards on here so I could do research. Oops. And then do the Vulcan episode for the shipyard and Starsmadas today. Be recording that.
wow. Talk about a manic weekend.
Yeah, it was this tournament, I think, that threw things. I mean, the tournament was only one thing, but it's like,
That kicked it into overdrive.
yeah, it's just the D&D game is really important to me, and I haven't been able to do it in like 2 weeks, and I was getting worried about taking too much of time from it because I'd sunk so much into making sure that game was going to be perfect. They're in the middle
Yeah.
of a sort of haunted mansion-esque adventure. It's a vampire's
Okay.
mansion, but the twist is the mansion doesn't actually belong to a vampire. It belongs to the guy who made the vampires, and he's trying to cure them all. And they all think that there's
Okay.
some sort of twisted, sick, evil stuff going on, but really it's just like over like the course of hundreds of years, this person's been running experiments to try and cure vampirism, and it's just turning out terrible.
He's really trying to do a good thing, but it's not working.
Oh yeah, because
Did
it's
you
like,
have like a big Halloween episode or anything?
well, the game's
That
been
seems
going
really like the
so
time for it.
slow. The game has been going slow, that this started well before Halloween, and then it ended up being the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I
and
was
and
about to
then
say
it
it's
ends
like
up
it
now it's the
fit
Christmas
perfectly.
episode because technically this game was initially based off of funny story. It's based off of Christmas. Um, it's a little silly because of the oh no, apparently the shuttlecraft is the lead formation flyer here. With a
Surprise!
Then it's the USS Raven, and then it's the Mirandas. But
That's how the captain skill breakdown works.
yeah, I just tossed this. Anyway, so
I
yeah,
didn't go in on any generic captains. I made sure to spend my points on
yeah.
them.
Well, I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't have the points because I would have had to dismantle part of Voyager, and then I would have had a lot of points.
Right? At one point, you start taking things off Voyager, at which point all of your points are free, and you need to actually spend them somewhere, and it's just a hassle.
Yeah, I was gonna be running the Avenger flying in the formation, so when the what is it, Raven hands out its Aux tokens to another ship,
Oh, fun!
it will get some. But
Is there any positron stacking?
no positron. That was something I wanted to do. I had like a good idea for like throw positrons on like the Oberths and fire those off. But they're really inefficient. There's so many. Oh wait, have you guys? Did they actually reduce the cost of positron for this game?
Positron's only 2 points,
Oh, that's
and I'm pretty sure.
it should be one because it's considerably less effective than Ferengi torpedoes. And Ferengi torpedoes
It
is
can
2 points.
considerably less effective than Brunt, who's a crew who for 1 point does the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, right. Yeah, no, if we're doing it this way, then my opponent's going to be attacked right away. What am I thinking? Yeah, I was thinking the board would be about like 1.5 length. There's a way to do that, but
What we could do is actually set all of our ships behind the board.
well, the way to do it, if we actually just if you grab the board and change the scale to here, I can do it. Oh no, it's under. Where is it?
It should just be under scale right there.
Yeah, but there's normally there's a way to grab a gizmo. Oh, it's under the gizmos. What am I talking about? And then I go.
Frankly, I'm not even sure, but I trust you.
So it's set to 1.85. Well, that's going to make things really complicated. Did you change the scale of these at all?
Nope, these are native. All I did was unlock them and position them side
Oh,
by side.
no. Okay, well, let's just see.
Time to do math.
Yeah, this is going to be easy. If my calculator app loads. Here we go. And it's lagging its face off. No, no, no. No! Okay, 1.85 divided by 2. Multiplied by 3. 2.78. So I'll go Y 2.78. Nope! That just made it higher. 2.78.
Oops. Nothing changed. Oh, hello.
Not what I wanted. 1.85. One. This one 2.78.
There we go. And we just remove this one over here.
Yeah.
So let me grab these.
There we go. And for the ranges now, the ranges will be off. Actually, no, they won't. But we'll just use this
Uh,
anyway. They won't actually be
what's the
off.
rule for placement? Range 2 from the edge?
Range 2 from the edge, because I figured some of the fleets would be big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we'll do it. We'll do it the lengthways. Just so our ships
Boom.
aren't
Terra
bearing down
Nor
on our
coming in.
planets right away.
Right? It takes a second. And then you place range 1 to 3 away from your base.
I think it's range 1 to 2 away from the edge. The base is placed within range, beyond range 2, and as close to range 3 as possible.
Okay.
I think ships have to be within range 1 to 2 of the board. Yeah,
Got it.
respective side. There we go. This is gonna be a bloodbath.
I'm
'Cause you know
hoping
what you're
so.
doing.
I have done horrible, horrible things in preparation for this.
Well, this is gonna be good. It'll be my second loss of the day.
But it's going to be a loss figuring out your own creation, so it's positive.
Next time I'll try to build something actually good.
Overrated, frankly.
I don't know if I was initially gonna have the shuttle in the formation, but I may as well.
I am definitely keeping formation for the start of this, at least, because it takes an action, doesn't it, to hop
Yeah,
in?
I think it takes an action to hop in. Yeah, that sounds about right. Where are our spacing things? Here they are. You stole the one. I need a copy of the
Yeah,
one.
I've been using it.
I need a copy of it.
Uh,
Good news is
let's.
highlighting them is actually easy.
There you go. That should be good for you.
Thank you. I smell popcorn. Ugh, now I want popcorn.
Set yourself up. Be all ready for it.
Yeah, I'll hop in the shower and make popcorn, then head to bed. Got night
That'll be a
shift.
nice wrap up for the night.
Yeah, and then I make some dinner. I'm gonna be making chicken burgers for the family.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna try something clever here. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
highlight these, and then I'm gonna go. There's a thing you can do. Oh no, I thought you could. There was a group function, I thought. Oh well, it'll be easy enough to move them manually.
Is there? Can you not lock them together?
There's probably a way to do it, but I can't think of it right now.
Fair enough.
I better have the Miranda. This is Beta Miranda. Alpha Miranda will be to the side, because we want the slower ships in the back, in case they have to break off.
I think that's how I want my formation flying. Everybody in front of Denatra, and the battleship on the side.
So I thought it might be fun to cause a little bit. Oh no, a little bit of chaos by just casually posting the. Oh man, I'm gonna move my plan to the side actually. Move it there.
Fair enough.
That way I can fly these.
A little bit more unobstructed.
Oh, it's doing something weird here. Oh well. Yeah, I posted the AI that's from the Alliance game without any caption. I just posted it because I remembered I had a photo of what the AI looked like.
A photo of what the AI looks like? I don't understand.
You know the Alliance, right?
Um, I
It's
don't know what you're talking about.
Star Trek Alliance. It's the new game everyone's been waiting a year for.
I don't actually know what Star
Oh,
Trek's Alliance is.
oh my gosh! Right, you're not in the Facebook group.
No, I
So
am the
there's a
hermit.
sequel to Star Trek Attack Wing called Star Trek Alliance. It's theoretically, I think it's backwards compatible, as in you can play both of them with the same components. Um,
That's interesting.
it's
Why
a
are they sequelizing
no,
it
no, no,
rather
no.
than?
It's. Have you ever heard of Heroes of the Atari Cluster for the X-wing game?
No, but
Okay,
that's also because I literally know nothing about X-wing.
okay. So here's the thing. So X-wing game was around for longer than this game, and
Yeah.
eventually some guy, a graphic designer who works with game companies and stuff, sat down and created a rule book, which was like really huge. It was a huge rule book. It came with missions that you could reorganize, and it was to create single player campaigns where you fly the same ship through the campaign. You get stronger, you get more upgrades, you level up, you get XP. But
Okay.
you could also play with a friend, and your friend could just be playing the game at their house. You could be playing at your game at your house. You could be different levels. You could meet up and bring your character sheets there to the game, like as if it was D&D or something, and play the game that
Yeah,
way.
it turned into a sort of overtime role playing game rather than
Yeah,
a
yeah, and you could
fleet
switch your
game like
ship if you
this.
had enough points. Anyway, that became so incredibly popular. I think for a while it was almost the most popular way to play X-wing. There was some people who
Yeah,
were
that
like,
sounds right.
"Why are we even playing the normal mode when we could just play this really cool thing?" And the thing is you played it. It was co-op, and you played it against AI that was controlled by
Okay.
a cardboard sheet, and a dice. And the AI was actually really good. It was unconventional the way it flew, so it actually was
It's
sometimes harder for tournament players to beat the AI than casual players.
because there wasn't the ability to actively predict what they were going to do successfully. There was
Yeah.
that inherent randomness that meant that
Mhm.
you simply couldn't predict, which meant you put yourself in weird positions.
Yeah, but it wasn't completely random. As in, if basically you would look at the sheet and compare its ship to where you are, and then it would perform a specific set of maneuvers that would all be sort of somewhat advantageous to attacking you.
Yeah, it's slanted towards moving towards effective combat, but it
Mhm.
does have that randomness of, oh, they could turn and try and run for
Yeah, like
weird reasons.
it might just fly at you slowly, or it might zoom forward and perform a come about. Um,
Surprise.
yeah, and so anyway, he created all this AI for pretty much all the Empire ships at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it became really popular. And eventually, the people who make the Star Trek game approached the guy and said, "Hey, can we make an official product version of this for the Star Trek game?"
Essentially licensing
The mod, licensing the mod
the
for,
systems.
yeah, and instead of being sold as just a PDF that you download, they're selling it as a box set that comes with 3 Jem'Hadar attack ships, an Akira class, and a um what's it called, Excelsior class. And so you can play with on your own, or you can play with one other person. If you want more than that, you have to buy more kits. But I
Okay.
think this is possible because it is a little bit different than the Star Wars one. But I think you should be able to use a lot of the Federation ships in the game that you already own. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but there are going to be a few, like it might not be balanced for them all, and I can't guarantee all of that because it depends on
But you
how
can
the.
also homebrew some
Oh
pricing
yeah,
if there's
you should
big standouts.
you should definitely be able to homebrew it. So that was. Oh, I just remembered that I'm still recording right now.
we had this whole
Yeah,
diversion about
and so that's gonna be a lot of gigabytes. Okay. Is it still recording? Let me check. But yeah, so yeah, okay. Well, I guess this is my alliance video as well, explaining the premise.
all the previews together. Flotilla, Alliance, the whole
Yeah, so
shebang.
Alliance, they put up pre-orders for Alliance back in 2019, I think, or late 2018. No,
Okay.
2019, early 2019, and they've just been delaying and delaying and delaying
It
and
just
delaying
hasn't
and
ever
delaying
come
and
together for
delaying.
them.
Yeah, like they said, oh, we're expecting it to possibly release. They're being very careful with the wording. Like, they aren't making many
Yeah.
guarantees, but it's still like, hey guys, we're expecting it to possibly release in December. Oh, no,
At
or like
that
in
point, like, why
October.
even
Oh
build
no,
hype?
we mean November. Oh no, we mean December. Oh no, we mean January. And what it is they keep pushing it back 1 month. And so what
Uh
happens
huh.
in the Attack Wing Facebook group is new members find out about Alliance, get super excited about it, and then the old members are all like, "No, you don't understand. Don't
Don't get
believe the
excited. We've been
dates." And then
waiting
they're
for
like, "I'm so
years.
excited." And then you're like, "No, seriously, it's not going to come out." And they're like, "But this and this and
It's
this, it's
not
not going to come
happening yet.
out." And then it doesn't come out, and they're like, "What?" I'm all like, I have a meme from last year about my reaction to this, so here, have it.
We've been through this before.
Okay, all right. So let's see. I think the maximum. Oh, right. I didn't even bother putting the movement cards. I have them up on my other screen using the Utopia ones. I just realized I might not be
There's
able
a
to.
deck of them around here somewhere.
Yeah, I've just got them up on the other screen. I'll just be using this. It's faster.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Um, because I just want to make sure with, because I think my. Yeah. Okay. Wait, the Raven. How fast does that go? The Raven can go 4.
Oh yeah?
Wait a minute, something's messed up here. Okay, yeah,
What are
there's
we
a
doing?
glitch. I'm gonna need to use those because Utopia is doing its weird. There's a glitch in Utopia where sometimes it doesn't show movement cards properly, and it's doing that here.
Got it.
Because I was like, the Raven can't move 4 forward.
What else do we have?
It's, I don't even
Here's
know
your
if the
Daderedex. Oh,
I don't even know if the Airy class is listed under these movements. Oh, it's listed as AE. Here we go.
there
And
we
then
go.
type 7 Intrepid.
I tried helping, but apparently only one person can pull things out at a time.
Oh, okay. There we go. I'll take these.
I believe I've got my 2 formations set up and
Oh, are you doing a
all my ships placed.
oh, type 7 is first apparently.
Yeah, that would be 5 captain skill for movement, 7 captain skill for shooting. Sorry, they're 5 and 8, and the 7 and max. Do you have anybody who's skill 9?
I think the Borg Queen is supposed to have 9 drone tokens.
Yes, that is Borg Queen 9. So let me just mess with Khan here. Skill 9.
Oh man, okay, so I better set up a timer. Go an hour. Should we just go an hour for this one? Because I'm really tired.
No worries. And that'll let us see what the long playmat does for an hour's worth of maneuvering. Luckily, you only have the 1 formation, so that should go a lot faster.
True, but it can only move a top speed of 2. Because of that shuttle holding
Oh,
everyone back.
shuttlecraft.
Um, yeah, okay. But this means I'll probably foregoing actions when my ships are out of range. Sometimes you play against people
Especially
who are
when they're
like,
out of range. I don't
everyone,
have
like, it's
anything
like
that
you're
I'm
on
going to
the
be
other
setting
side of the
up,
map and the other player's like, I must evade all my ships. And I'm like, we're
right?
not going to be in range. I don't have a Zindi
For what purpose? Come
forecast.
on.
Timer. I listen to music when I game usually. And
Mm-hmm.
normally, my computer doesn't pick up any of that because it's dumb. It only picks up game audio. Like normally, it can't pick up any other audio. It only picks up game audio in my mic, and it won't pick up like it's weird. Anyway, so basically, I realized that I was listening to music the whole time I played in that tournament, and I recorded the tournament video. So I might have to just trash
Mm-hmm.
the tournament video because it has
Oh,
music in it.
rough.
Or
It's
I
actually
think I
got
listen.
like
Although
music over the top that it
I,
recorded on
I
accident.
think, I think I listened to. I just started the time by the way. I think I listened to the same song on loop though, so I could potentially just contact the guy, explain, hey, listen, can I use your music in this video? Because I forgot I was listening to it.
Because oops.
Now I don't mind if I have to just delete the video. That's okay, but I just don't want to have to delete it if I don't have to. I'll link it to your
Yeah.
channel or whatever.
Let me actually pick a color so I can have a safety zone to set my dials, and I'll start setting those.
The initiative's gonna be a bit interesting because we have the whole move and shoot depending on the high and low captain skills.
Yeah, you actually have to pay pretty particular attention.
So the lowest captain skill I have is in my swarm, is in my one formation of
Yeah, I think
four
you have
ships.
generic captains.
I have one generic captain. Oh, well, I have two generic. I think I have a generic captain on my Dideridex and a generic captain on my one of my Mirandas. I tried to avoid generic captains as well. I felt like that is something I want to avoid for. That's just for ships of the line mainly.
Uh huh. I feel like it could work in a bunch of swarm ships.
Oh yeah, as well.
The idea of having like a full armada of attack ships would probably at one point you'd start filling them in with generic captains.
Well, there's also the Vidian generic, which is a 4 skill, which is pretty good. And he has a named
Oh,
ability and he has an elite talent slot, but he's generic, so I think the Romulans have a pretty good
I
generic.
don't think you mean generic. I think you mean non-unique.
Sorry, non-unique. Yeah, I tend to think
Okay,
that's.
because generic specifically is are free captains. You can even run like a Ferengi captain on a Borg ship with no faction penalty.
I think technically, I never really was sure of that whether or not it would incur a faction penalty.
Yeah, that there's a specific rule in the rule book about how you don't apply faction penalties for generic captains.
All right, I need my shields, don't I? I forgot my
So
shields.
you can actually run one Borg token for free. Everything past that first one costs money or points.
The first one's free.
All right, I believe those are my dials set.
Um, I don't think we've actually explained really what Flotilla's trying to do in the video yet.
That's true. I've just been going about the motions. As I
Yeah.
understand it, Flotilla is about uh, making big point fleets with an eye both for actually ending the game without tabling your opponent, as well as for creating more formation oriented games, having the ability to both enter formations as support ships, as well as to support each other without relying on explicit cards like secondary weapons or whatnot, just by the weight of numbers.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sum up. And I'll restart the timer once we reveal the first dial. It's sort of the
Sure,
new
sure.
standard that they're trying to put across with the Troy system, and mainly just
I
because they're
guess I could
talking about
also
it.
take a second to explain that both players are building a flotilla, which mandatorily has at least one base as well as a flagship, both
Mm-hmm.
of which are faction pure, after which you can start building small ships or a command ship that will
Oh, that was.
be allowed to mix factions and do all sorts of fun
Mm-hmm.
combos.
And there's faction pure, ship pure, and all these other bonuses. I didn't. I'm pretty sure my fleet breaks that.
Yeah, I
Did
went
I
outside of
actually?
faction on all my
I think
command
I
and
may
support
actually
ships.
get a ship pure bonus of 25 SP because there's no penalties on these. Because the Romulan ship has Romulan upgrades. Yeah, no, I'm technically running penalty pure.
Oh
Um,
wow.
which would I think warrant I think it's one of the last ones. It's either 25 SP or 15 SP bonus. But I won't worry about that right now.
But there are individual bonuses that you can acquire for being particularly built.
Yeah, yeah, because some people have a good point when they say like, "Hey, listen, mixing factions, it makes ships really powerful." And
Really does.
I've heard a lot of arguments for that. So I add it. So like, if you actually run faction pure, you get a bonus 50 points to build your fleet. Um, which can essentially, if you play your cards right, you could fit probably a full formation of 3 to 4 ships in with a good 50
Right?
points.
It essentially gives you a bunch of free generic ships. That's almost 4 tax
Mm-hmm.
ships if you're building Jem'Hadar.
Yeah. But this right now, actually, I'm just gonna open it up to check, just to be. Um, we'll scroll up to where it
By all means.
says ship pure bonus. This bonus is available to any player who builds their flotilla in such a way that all ships have cards from their respective factions. That faction's its subclasses, but the ships themselves do not all have to be of the same factions. Flotilla does not require a command ship to gain this bonus. This bonus cannot be paired with faction pure or sub-faction pure bonus. You must choose one. So yeah. Uh, Also, yeah, the really large bonuses being the 50 SP bonuses. You have to have a command ship, which is a
Hmm.
generic. Actually, no. Yeah, a command ship is a named ship of 5 SP or greater.
Specifically named.
Yeah, has to be a specifically named ship. Can't.
5 whole
But
value.
yeah, and then there's ships of the line, which are the larger ships that can't have any
Yeah,
on
the
them.
big beefy brawler is kind of like a galaxy
So
class ship.
I actually do have a command ship, which is the Avatar of Tomed, and it is
Yo,
serving the role
Daredex.
of the bomber. And then we've got the flagship here, which is a 100 S. I think it's a 100 or 99 SP Voyager or 94. I think it's a 94 SP Voyager, which is
It
all it
is
is.
stacked.
uh, and that sounds good, but all it is it was a build to see how many copies of Borga Blade of Hull Armor I could fit on the Voyager, and you can fit
And the
5.
answer was enough.
Was a lot, yeah. Um, yeah.
Plenty.
I plan on doing that with an Oberth one day to confuse my enemies. All right.
Hmm.
So, who's up first? I've got a Captain Skill
I
0 in this fleet, and sorry, Captain Skill 1 in the Avatar, and the Beta Miranda, and I've
I'm
marked
pretty
Beta Miranda
particular.
as
I
my
move
command.
on skills 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 individually.
Okay, so you don't have a 1.
No. I
Okay,
my lowest is 5, and from
am
there
I
it's every single number.
in planning phase? I think it's planning phase. You have to put a mission token by your lead ship, the ship that will actually be performing the move for your formation.
Okay.
So that way the players know roughly where your fleet can move, because otherwise you would have
Yeah.
way too many options. And yeah, it's just, and all of them need to have the same maneuver picked. If you pick the wrong maneuver, then that ship breaks formation. But there are no penalties to breaking formation, because I think there's crazy formation rules in the X-Wing Epic play, which is where this formation rule is actually sort of based off of. They have a similar one, but their
Okay.
formations can
They
hold
have the
6
kind of
ships.
distance.
Yeah, in fact, that's what they do the one, but they have a special tool for it. And
I would imagine if you do it often enough, you start designing tools that make it work.
yeah. All right, so I'll have this flotilla move. Sorry, not flotilla. This formation move. So that means I'll just reveal the Type 7, the USS Raven, the Alpha Miranda, and Beta Miranda. And Beta Miranda is the main ship, so it's going to move 2 forward.
Chugga chugga.
Zoom. And then what I'll do is I'll highlight. Oh, uh, I'll put this here. and then I'll just literally, because this is actually I think easier in Tabletop Simulator than real life to do this part. Um, I'll just highlight all the ships
And
and
if you hold T, it'll actually drag it along the ground so you can slide it into your other thing.
oh yeah, and I'll do that. And I said in the rule book that you can have a variance of up to 2 centimeters off. You shouldn't ever need that much space, but it's just to make things go faster because some people are like, we
It's
gotta
there
make
to
it
make
perfect.
sure that you don't have people playing perfectionist.
Yeah, because this is not about perfectionism. This is about slap and dash. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's literally for the point of moving bulk ships.
Okay. All right. So then, let's see. And they all can perform their actions right now. But they're not going to perform an action because they're not in range. So next up is Avatar of Tomed, just performing a straight 4. He is my command ship.
Charge.
Normally, I would suggest putting a support card on there like Denatra, but I just threw this together really fast. We're fast, so it's a bomber. I hit the
I
wrong one.
ended up going with Sinatra on my command ship, so
that's
that's
that's a
pretty
good one.
accurate.
I approve. Here we go. But his role is going to actually be to drop bombs. Why isn't it? I keep clicking the wrong one. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired.
Hopefully, I get a chance to absorb those bombs because I did bring Minesweeper.
Ooh, nice. Okay, and it's gonna cloak just because it is a cloaker.
Yeah, you're limited to 4 of those so that you don't just build a generic cloaking
Mm.
swarm, but
You're
you only have the one, so it's pretty okay.
yeah, because part of this was it wasn't originally. We're using the what is it? What is the name of this builder? It's a bit different. Frontiers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Utopia
and
Frontiers.
I highly suggest that because I thought 200 SP would go a lot longer, and it barely got me this on a
Hmm.
Utopia Frontiers, which is the reduced cost. But the cloaking
It's
rules were
kind of
mainly put
entertaining
for
because it doesn't really reduce Jem'Hadar at all because they already have a bunch of generics.
yeah, they've got some newer generics. Okay, so that means what's your lowest SP after this? Because my one's 9, so I think
5, 6, 7, then 8.
okay, I guess you can run those through.
All right, we're going at skill 5, revealing this setup. We have Carr and Calvin performing 4 straights in formation.
So this is more like my prediction for how this battle's gonna go is it's gonna perform like when the Federation first encountered the Dimension.
It's going to take us a sec to lead up, but once contact has been made, that's when the real fun starts. Then we move on to skill 6, performing a 4 straight.
Ooh.
Moving on to skill 7, we have a set of 4 straights. And at skill 8, we only have a 1 straight
Okay, so
because otherwise we have to take auxiliary power and things. It's not fun.
all right, so now we can actually talk about what this is. So this counts as his base, and this counts as his flagship. My base is a planet, which means its rules is it has 10 hull, 5 shields, and it can repair all its shields during the end phase. But that's all. It can't have
Yeah,
any
it has
upgrades.
survivability.
It has no upgrades, and it takes up all 50 of the bonus points used for a base, because each team gets 50 points they can use on their base and only their base, and they can take
Yeah,
extra
50 free
points.
additional points.
Yeah, because they can steal points, because a base can be up to 100 points, and the flagship can be up to 100 points. Now you might think, well, can I make just a base and a flagship for 100 points? Well, you'll still have some leftover points you'll want to put into probably a command ship or some swarms.
Right.
But if you wanted to,
You're
the
going to want
minimum
to
number of
have
ships you
something
could
to
roll,
support there.
yeah, the minimum number of ships you could theoretically run is if you're playing Borg or using a station. Minimum number of ships would probably be 3. But
3 models on the board.
yeah, but Flotilla is designed around using a lot.
Yeah. Do we have a skill 9 coming out of you?
Yes, that is.
Also, should we have initiative?
I don't think it. I think the rules have worked that out enough.
Okay.
Because captain skill, if there's no captain skill conflicts, then initiative
I
is.
do have a skill 9 is the trick.
Oh, okay, then yeah, sure, let's roll.
Okay, I've got my 5 dice here. Survey says 1 battle station.
Ah, yeah, it's not letting me pick them up. There we go.
That's two battle stations.
Okay, so that would make you move first, me shoot first.
Yes. Let's bring it along this token here.
Okay, so yeah,
Uh,
and then it alternates, right?
yep. It
Okay,
just
so
flips over back and forth.
I'm really tempted to actually just right click this and make this ship huge.
Just massive. The scale was so wonky. This battle cruiser, tinier than the attack ships.
Yeah, well, honestly, you couldn't technically have a Star Trek tabletop game with proper scale, let's be honest. Not
Things
with this many
would get
ships.
weird quickly. But since I have you have the initiative, that means that I'm gonna move my four straight and call it a turn.
Okay. And I am going to perform a 6 straight, because it's Voyager and it can do that.
Sneaky.
Zoom!
Oh
And I just
wow,
moved the
that
wrong
is
one
not
again.
Voyager. Press the undo.
Talk
There we
about the
go.
zoom. There we go. And so then we can... no one's in combat range. So we'll be moving back into our planning zones. I gotta figure out a way to make these boxes bigger. Um,
Which boxes?
these invisible boxes.
Oh, the hidden
Yeah, because
zones.
that's gonna be a
Yeah,
problem for this game mode. I believe.
I could see that.
I was flying 5 ships in the tournament, and it was hard enough.
Let alone the flotilla sizes that we would like to get up to.
Yeah, I'm thinking a good flotilla would be 3 formations of 8 with a flagship and a command ship, and that's just so we'll figure out a point size that gets somewhere there eventually. Uh, all right.
Fingers crossed it doesn't get too crazy.
Yeah, because someone mentioned they were like, "So is this someone when they read it? I don't know whether it was you, but someone said like, "Oh, this might get a bit Warhammery," and I was like, "Yeah," because I mean, I refer to this as like, yeah, it's like a cross between a miniature war game, a board game, and a deck builder. That's how I describe Attack Wing.
Yeah,
But it's
it's almost
really
a
not
card
that
game at a
war
certain
game
point.
anymore. Because there's so few ships that people run usually, and it's like, is it really a war game if you're only running 2 things?
That's what makes me excited for Utopia Frontiers is that you're getting to use just about everything without it having to worry about being inefficient.
All right, so planning phase, I'm choosing my command ship to be, I mean, my lead ship for the formation to be Beta again.
Right. I'm setting these two as my command ships,
So I'm
or
setting
my lead ships for the formations.
Car 8 and Con 9.
Yes.
Okay.
I still move at the lower captain skill, but
Yeah.
those will be the ships that begin their maneuvers.
So I'm going to open up with all 4 of my formation flyers. So he's flying 2 set formation, which means he can double his attack dice. I'm flying a 4, so that means I can double my attack dice. Act like I have a target lock and gain a bonus station. Battle stations.
Yes.
Blah. Other advantages to flying formation are you can use if you're firing like a secondary weapon or something, or even if you're not flying a secondary weapon, I think, you can spend a target lock of a friendly ship in the formation. I think it's mainly if you're using a secondary weapon, but
Things
whatever.
like setting up for torpedoes and whatnot. But isn't one of the interesting things about the flotilla formation that the reroll provided for 3 ships is actually in addition to target lock rerolls?
Yes, so if you already have a target lock, as long as you're using it from the right ship, so if I was firing from Alpha and Alpha had a target lock, the fact that the Raven's in
Not
there, I could use the Raven as a reroll because that's the 3rd ship, and then I could spend the Alpha's target lock. But if I was firing from the Beta and Beta didn't have Alpha's target lock, I could spend Alpha's target lock, but I wouldn't be able to use the target lock that Beta had because it didn't have one.
right. You can
Basically,
use
they
your own
share.
target lock, and if you have that 3rd ship, that gives you a second reroll, which is kind of hard to access most times.
So let's see. Unless you have, yeah, it's pretty hard.
Have you moved?
No, I got distracted and I'm Yeah.
All right, let me just lock him so that you can drag your whole setup to it. Oh no! Luckily,
I thought you
you
said
can
hold
rebuild it.
T.
T is the one that drags it along the
I
ground.
don't know what I hit there. It looked like I hit
I think it was
N.
G for group.
Oh, you're probably right. Um,
Let me,
this is where that whole 2 centimeter thing comes into play.
right here we go. Oh, call that good.
That's close enough. And then I could
Consider
probably make
down.
a. If this gets
Oh,
popular enough, I might be able to
guide it
make a
in.
tabletop simulator mod for this. That would
There's
actually.
probably ways to link maneuvers, but we haven't set them up yet. Put it that way.
Okay, I don't think these guys are gonna get injured. So now let's go on to Avatar of Tomid. Going straight for.
Um,
He's
what
a
skills avatar?
0. I mean a 1. He is a generic.
Oh, okay. Generic
Yeah.
captain.
This time I'll hit the right one.
Oh,
And
we're gonna be
in
playing today.
firing range, it looks like. So Avatar
Not
of
yet, but I'll get a chance to move.
I'm going to uh sensor echo forward 2.
Oh,
And
you want to play?
it's probably going to get blown up, but that's okay. This
There
is
is there's lots of fire that is going to be happening this turn.
yeah, it's probably going to get blown up right away. Oh wait, no, this guy doesn't move yet. What am I talking about? Okay, your turn.
Showing my skill 5, we're going to be banking right 3 with Car. So Car performs a 3 right bank, and now I need to start this whole process. Lock him and bring my template over. Slide it in. Rotate my new guy. Slide it in. Up. Perfect. And that's the maneuver. Definitely looks like we're within range 3. Let me just get a check. That is correct.
Yeah.
I believe that both of these ships, Car and Calvin, let me see.
Yeah,
What do
and they
they
can
do?
each perform their own action, but they can perform it at the lowest skill. Um,
I think they're both simply going to be battle stations.
okay, yeah, and when there are conflicts about when initiative conflicts, it's ordered. The person who gains sort of the initiative or wins the dispute is the one who has the smallest difference between their highest and lowest captain skill in their formation. So my lowest skill in
Yeah,
this formation is a 1, and my highest skill is a 5. So if we were both trying to move at turn 0, turn 1, then whoever had the lowest difference would move first. If we were trying to attack on turn 5, whoever had the lowest difference would attack first. But I think we have no conflicts here.
it shouldn't come up just because of the big
Yeah, because
differences in our captain
you've
skill.
got a car 8, so you'd be shooting first anyway.
Yeah. So after skill 5 comes skill 6. Dinatra might bump here, performing a 4 straight. Yep, slight bumpage. So I'm just going to retract that back a little bit and move on without an action from there. That takes us to skill 7, which is Lurin and Khan, performing that same 3 right bank from Khan's side. 3
Oh,
right
you were
bank.
right. You were doing shenanigans, or practicing some stuff.
Yeah,
You've
sneaky
been
flying.
working on these flying formations. Yeah,
I
I'm
like
really
it.
glad to see that. Watch this. I create a game mode, and I've already found a person who's better at me than I am.
Somebody wants to do mean things, and you've given him a game mode to do them with.
Oh man,
Um, love it. I
once we get some
think
successful
that
test runs, I'm gonna
I
be
don't
showing.
have any shenanigans, so
I'll be introducing
no,
this.
I do have shenanigans. The fourth wing patrol ship, which is Khan, is going to target. No, I can't. Instead, it's battle stations.
I'm gonna be introducing this to the England group probably, but I don't know. I don't know if they'll all be in on it, but if they are, then we'll definitely have to actually split it 50-50, where like it's 3 person people to a team.
Yeah, if
Because
team
having
games
6
could get really
flotillas at the
fun.
same time is going to stress the system's ability to speed the game up a little bit.
Right. Still worth playing, but good lord, is that going to be difficult to coordinate? Um,
Maybe, yeah, it would have to be all on the
we
same
did need
side.
to flip initiative at the end of turn, so your 9 is going to be going before my 9, but
Oh,
first comes up skill 8, which I think is still way far away from range, so I'm not going to perform an action with Terok Nor, and instead I'm going to leave it to your skill 9.
okay. Boop. 6. Warp 9. Nice. This game's really sort of vague about what is and what isn't warp, because there's impulse upgrades which let you perform like a 1, and then there are warp upgrades which let you perform a 1, and then there's impulse upgrades that like let you perform a 2. It's all like, wait, which one's which?
Yeah, it gets wonky.
It's
There's
very
there's no
subjective. Oh, you're
defined speeds.
next turn.
Almost there. Not
All right,
quite.
so your flagship is moving now, and these don't have the flagship upgrades. I haven't made rules about the resources. I'm gonna leave that up to player choice. I suggest no for resources, just because resources are not balanced for games of this size. But if 2 players want to
Right.
play with resources, then they can.
I pull another 4 forward, once again, bumping just a little bit too far into my uh, fleet there. Oh,
I was tempted to run the
so
Prenum weapon ship.
there's somebody actually running that in the Fremont Reformation
Yeah,
tournament.
and guess what? They're
I'm
running it.
super pleased,
They're running it alongside a tactical cube of all things.
which is just ridiculous. It's going to be really interesting to see how that kind of stacked fleet works.
I don't think my
Um,
avatar of Tomed's gonna be able to shoot.
I think that it's going to die before turn skill 1 happens. I'm pretty convinced.
This is what happens when I made it to be like a bomber, but I didn't follow the rules. The bomber is supposed to fly with a formation of ships, and I chose
There's
not to do
supposed to be
that.
some protection for the bomber.
Instead, I was like, nah, I'll have the bomber protect the formation, completely forgetting what the formation's for.
So since I bumped, that's going to be no actions for me.
Not that that really matters when you got that much attack dice.
Right? When you've got sheer weight of numbers.
Isn't this supposed to be a 4? Uh, yeah, it has the wrong number on the label for this. But yeah, it rolls 4 attack dice.
Yeah,
It's
huh.
on the card.
They probably, whoever put it together, just copied the Daenerys,
Yeah,
but this
mistakes
is the
happen.
Borg version.
Oh, I need to turn off my
All
shields,
right.
don't I?
You also have an extra shield based on what's there. I think it's 5 shields, yeah.
Yeah, but they're all turned off. Probably not the best choice for me.
Um, I believe that moves us into firing, yes?
Yes, and I believe your battleship has the initiative.
Um, or Sing. I
Uh,
could fire with my support ships instead.
oh, right, you could. I forgot about that.
And I think I'm going to try that.
I don't
Let's
think you
see,
can shoot
Lurin?
Voyager, though. No, Voyager's out of range. But
No, Voyager is out of range,
Tomed, I
sadly.
think, is in range. Because you can
The
shoot with
Tomed, I
con
think,
skill,
is
but you can
dead.
shoot from Loren.
Yeah, I think Lurin is going to be using the doubled dice from having a support ship.
Mm-hmm.
He is supported by Khan, and so is going to be rolling 6 attack dice.
And that means Khan will not be shooting, so his battle stations will have to be reserved for defensive actions.
I don't think Khan even had arc in the first place, so I'm
I
okay
know,
with that.
it's just I'm explaining some things
Yeah,
anyway, so people better
yeah.
understand some of the rules. I do have a
There we
rule
go.
book. I don't know if I'll be releasing the alpha book to the community. I'm thinking of releasing the beta book to the community.
Once you've got something a little more put together.
Yeah, like one of the things is I'm going to change it, so I suggest using either Utopia Frontiers at 300 SP or running 400
Yeah.
SP without Utopia Frontiers.
giving him an idea of like what kind of scales to look at.
Yeah.
So for
So it'd
this,
be
I am going to spend my battle station to convert these three.
oh, that's yeah. So that's a good amount. So I would have to
That's a
roll.
pretty happy roll.
I'd have to have a perfect evade in order to survive this at all. Well, in order to not get
In
any
order
hits.
to be unscathed.
Let's just go over here. That was weird. It makes piano noises?
Uh,
I never knew
Let me
that.
just check. Okay, we are within range 2, so no extra defense die. All right, can
And
we
that
re-roll the one that is cocked?
it's like look at that. It's perfect.
Okay, so
So that
that's 2
is
evades.
4. Man, I really love the oh, you rolled 4 hits, was it? Or did you already remove
Yes,
them?
I had 6 hits, so
Okay.
I removed these 2 for the evades, and that should be going through to your hole. Have you shuffled up a damage deck yet?
I haven't even found my damage deck. Oh, here it is. Shuffle. What's funny is you can play with most people on Tabletop Simulator play with one damage deck each. But
Yeah, that's what I've been
technically, when you
doing.
play the game, you can play with one damage deck between 2 people.
That's what I also remember happening at tournaments, but now it adds a lot more variance because just because you see a stunned helmsman comes up means there's no change in your probability. You both can get hit by them.
Okay, what do I get here? I've got communications failure. So he's gonna have a
No
damage
action
skill of
bar action.
0 after
Oh
on the
yeah.
next round.
Somehow I don't think that's going to affect your lack of captain.
No, it just means he moves before my formation now.
Right? He's the vanguard, and I think he's going to be moving out before your
That's-
formation. In fact, um,
can you hear me
moving
right
on
now?
from
I just
skill
realized I didn't know whether I
9,
was on push to talk or not.
I have the second division battleship firing at skill 9, throwing those same 6 attack dice, this time without quality. I really wish I had a battle stations for that, in fact. Do I have anything on my battleship that could do conversions? I don't.
No, that is technically
Okay.
enough if I don't roll good.
If you roll complete blanks, I could kill you.
How do you turn off the Discord overlay? Oh, this is because I'm using the Windows version of it. The sorry, I can't run normal Discord with Tabletop Simulator. I actually have to run browser version.
Oh, that sucks. It's a
How
bit
do you
wonky.
turn off the notifications that pop up in the middle of games?
I've never really been sure. I've just made sure that my capture software isn't actually capturing them.
There's a way to do it, but I think the problem is that Tabletop Simulator has an additional overlay that's really weird. 'Cause I don't want to
Hmm.
get messages from people popping up in my video. I mean, I could just cut that
They're
part out.
interrupting.
Especially when they decide to swear. Um, I can't find it. I'll just have to hope no one swears at me. Okay, let's see.
Survey says 2
Oh,
evades, no crits.
I have survived. Heath.
You survive this round of fire. But soon up, Carr shoots at skill 8.
Okay, and I still can't use the Voyager because it's out of range.
Uh, Let me think about this. Skill 8 is Carr and Calvin. Um, I'm just going to use Carr firing with support. So that's 6 attack dice, plus 1 for his ability since I'm at higher captain skill, and plus another 1 for the named ability of the ship because I'm very clearly within range 1 of an attack ship. All right. Roll those out. I get a double reroll. So let's see. I'm just going to leave that there, and I will spend the battle stations to convert.
Nice. You know, I've
So
almost
that's
never played against the Dominion.
7 hits. The Dominion do wonderful things when you have enough ships around to support each other. If I start losing ships early, suddenly all my combos stop
Okay, I
working.
think you've killed the Tomed.
I like this fact. That is a dead ship.
Okay.
Just
I didn't
turn him
forget to drop
upside
any more
down and
mines.
shuffle
Alright.
off this moil coral.
Okay, so that is the Tomed destroyed.
Note to self: Captain Skill is very effective when dealing with ships that can throw 6 attack dice.
Yes. Because now I might not even need to limit cloakers when even attack ships are able to roll 6.
Right.
But then
Just 2
again,
attack ships. That's like 26 points. Can throw 6 attack die
that's
as long
great.
as you're combining them.
I mean, one formation of 2 ships throws more attack die than Voyager. That is
Right.
that is that is cool.
So it's just a way to pay attention to how you're spending your points and
Mhm.
actually gives you reasons to run swarms of ships,
Yeah, I'm
which I
actually
think is
glad that
part of the cool
this
thing
is
about an Armada game or Flotilla game.
I'm glad that this is actually working. Because I want to discourage, building 100-point death dreadnoughts. Because although I'm not good at it, there are some people who are very good at it. And I'm
There are
scared
some
of those
combos
people
that I
grabbing
am
these
scared of
rules.
when people start putting a bunch of defensive crew and upgrades together.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know if anyone will be able to kill my Oberth in the tournament. I know it's theoretically possible, but the enemy player literally didn't even try.
But gosh darn, is it difficult, and you're gonna
Okay,
do horrible things to them if they try.
I think that, well, I don't know. It has a maximum offense when it's in cloak mode of 1 attack, guaranteed.
You don't have other ships that are going to try touching them while the Oberth is
Oh yeah,
distracting.
yeah, no, I do. I have 4d7 Romulans armed with the weapon that can attack all ships in their forward firing arc.
Right, and so the Oberth is there as a soaker, a way
Uh,
of.
Sort of. The Oberth actually has Picard 8, the one that can throw battle station tokens on all friendly ships.
Oh,
So
okay. So
he's
it's a
acting as like a
support ship,
proper
kind of.
flagship that can like buff them all.
He's there to serve up battle stations for everybody.
Yeah, pretty much every other turn.
I was hoping to pull that off with Talactalan, but I'm really outpacing my starbase here. I believe we're into maneuvers. I
Yes, I'm
forgot
just
to.
flipping over my Derricks because it is dead. My
You
dead
can hear taps playing in
Derricks.
the background.
The dead Derricks. The pun's not working because it's literally too close.
Dead
The dead
Deridex.
Derricks. Yeah, that's what I was aiming for. I think I should
Go.
probably start doing a banking move with my flotilla thingy.
Mm,
Or
that could be helpful. I actually think I need to change up those maneuvers because I'm a little bit too close to myself having bumped last turn. Flying information definitely helps you figure out where things are going to be, but it also clumps things up a ton.
all of my ships. Oh no, my Miranda classes do not have comabouts. That's sad. I was thinking I could pull some really
You
cool
can't
shenanigans
come
with
about
them.
in formation.
No, I'd have to break formation, which could be useful because these support ships aren't going to be doing too much. Oh no, I don't want to
I
do that.
believe that's my dials happy.
I think I've got mine. Designate my lead ship with a mission token.
I've got my mission
Oh,
tokens targeting my
you know
lead
that whole
ships.
dragging along? If you also right click that drags it. It forces
Oh,
it
is that
down.
how that works?
And I just bumped this guy. I'll fix it. I'll just undo Voyager and redo it.
6 straight.
Yep.
Charge.
Alright, so first up is Avatar of Dead. So next up is the
Avatar
Miranda
of get
class,
off my board.
is the Beta, and his fleet of, he's a quartet of tiny ships. Actually, Miranda classes aren't that tiny. And actually, the Raven. A lot of people think the Raven is like the size of a runabout. No, the Raven is like 4 decks tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's still it's probably about the size of an actual research vessel that we actually have on the oceans.
Because it has like human-sized looking cockpits, but I guess that's actually a bridge.
Well,
It
if you
just
see the
appears.
yeah, it has a bridge. It's a very weird spacious bridge. The captain stands, I think, at a control panel. It can have a max crew of 80 and a min crew of I think 2.
Okay.
So there's a lot of I think storage space. So the storage space is either for like a crew of 2 to live at space for I think it can go up to 20 years. These missions, it's like a long range ship.
It's the long haul kind of science
Yeah,
vessel.
yeah. So I think for a crew of 2, it can run for 20 for like 10 years with just food stores and everything in it. And then
Yeah,
for like a
just
crew of
load it
80,
up
it's
to
probably for like
survive.
a 3 year mission or something.
Some
Um,
sort of expedition.
yeah, yeah. It's a very like it reminds me of like Arctic icebreakers that like scientists travel in.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
It's
vibe I get
bare
from it.
bones, but it gets it done.
So let's go 2 forward. No, that wasn't the move, was it? That was a bank 2.
We do need a bank right.
All right, so let's grab these. So well, first let's lock it. Oh, you already locked it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. See, did,
No, okay, I
what did
used
you?
the right click. So apparently, if you have a group of things and you right click or hit T, this happens. So I'm just not gonna do the T thing anymore. I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Actually, you know what? I've got a way to undo that. I'm just gonna, yeah, screw it. Let's just. Thank you.
You bet.
Oh man.
This
So
this
this
is a
is
group effort.
so do not try to drag it along the ground necessarily if you have a group. Only if you're rolling one. Like, see, it works this time because I'm moving one of them.
Let me slide that in.
There.
Oh, beautiful,
Beautiful. Enough.
beautiful.
Good enough. Uh,
Hopefully, we'll be removing some of those and making your job easier for next turn.
all right. Hey!
I'm helping.
Alright, so let me think of the actions that these guys can do, because I think for the...
We are in range 3.
Yeah, so... USS Raven is
Not the
going
back
to
ships.
scan... No, it's going to evade, because I don't think I'm going to be attacking with the...
The
Um,
Raven's probably not going to be dishing the damage.
um, realistically, though, I think you have too many ships for me to kill with um, this fleet.
See, I don't feel
It
like I'm going to have that problem.
See, this is the other incentive to run a lot of ships in this game mode, because you
Rather
can be
than stacking
overwhelmed.
everything into damage reduction on Voyager.
Yeah, don't do that. But hey, it's good to have a shorter game for this example.
And
Uh,
we actually get to see that the maneuvering
type
works
7.
technically, but has some slop to it. Let's say.
I would say it's let's go battle stations on these two. I don't think I have any powerful abilities on them. Uh, Tachyon detection grid. No, not close enough for those. Okay, so they've made their action.
Alrighty.
Okay, there was a little bit of sloppiness in that, but yeah, okay.
We have 3 straights coming out from Carr and Calvin. Let's see, boom, boom. That leaves them, the front runners. Do I have something under him? Why is Carr floating? Carr is ungrabbable. I am confused. I'm gonna try
Didn't you
undoing
lock
Car's
him? Lock
maneuver.
one of them? Yeah, he's locked.
That would explain. No, he's not locked. Or maybe you took him off lock. So I'm
Yeah, I
going
just did.
to
I just unlocked all of them.
thank you. So I'm gonna undo. Well, I know where he's supposed to go.
Ooh.
This is Khan. I've messed things up slightly. Khan was roughly there, but he is moving in formation, and Car needs to sneak into formation here. So 1 second. Slide those two in. Car comes in. Boom. Very happy. Here comes the fun part. I do believe it's going to be target locks. Um, no, Calvin is going to battle station, whereas Car is going to target lock. There we go. If your Miranda class could hold that, please.
Just a minute.
Next up, we have skill 6, which is Denatra. Moving a 2 right hand bank.
Zoom. Oh, that is nice
And
flying.
from there, we are going to be target locking your Beta Miranda.
So you've gotten. You would also gain a bonus. Did you take that faction bonus? It's a lesser bonus. I think it's
I'm
called
not
appearance
sure.
bonus 10 SP, and it's if all your ships are of the same faction, but their cards and crew don't need to be.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it's the
I
cheapest.
wasn't building with any of the bonuses.
Yeah, it's the cheapest bonus that there is, and it's when it's when your battle looks good on the board, but it can be as crazy as you want.
Okay,
So that's what you have here,
so
because
I,
like
I
you're
definitely
using
like the
independent
full Gem
captains.
Hadar with Terak Nor setup.
Yeah, yeah. So you've got like the whole you've got the what's it called? Um, you've got all these Jemadar ships, but they've got like independent captains and stuff on them. So that would warrant you a. Oh, in order to get one, you would need at least one command ship for that one. So there is a restriction.
I do have a command ship.
Okay, yeah, then yeah.
I've got my second division battleship as a flagship,
Oh,
and the
and
third division battle cruiser as my command ship.
yeah, it's actually it's very loose in many respects because um it allows for ships that are mirror universe variants as long as they are based off of something. So I give the example of the IRW T-Rex, which is a mirror universe to Deredex, can appear in a Romulan fleet and still get this award.
Okay, that's cheeky.
Yeah, it's designed for
Um,
people who want to make the battle look good. Because some people are like, because honestly, it doesn't matter to me what's on your ships. It looks like I'm being attacked by the Dominion, and that makes the game feel nice.
feels appropriate.
Yeah,
I perform a target lock with my fourth wing attack ship, which allows me to give a target lock to somebody else due to my named ability, and I think I'm going to stack that on the Beta Miranda.
all right.
So that's a battle stations out of Lurin, and I believe that is moving on to skill 8 with a 1 straight. Let me just check range real quick. Okay, so my whole fleet is within range 3, which means when I discard Talaktalan and instead discard Shroud, I give everybody a battle station token. So give me 1 second and I will
All
clone
right.
the crap out of that.
I will be right back. All right. Well, you've been fun to play against so far.
Right? I'm very happy to see my setup is going according to plan.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
hang
next
on a
time I should
second.
run 3 swarms
That
of.
doesn't work. I just checked Telactalan is range 1 to 2, so instead I'm not going to do that.
I get back and there's just battle stations on everything.
Right? Everybody is just sitting there like, surprise.
If you put a Hura on it on that ship, you could boost the range of that. As long
Yeah,
as it's not a
you could
captain, I think.
technically, but and it's not a captain, so it would work as
Yeah, because I
a
think
setup.
Ahura either
But
boosts all upgrades or she boosts all cards. And if it's
the
cards, then it
problem is
wouldn't close
both
the
your
captain.
base and your flagship need to be faction pure.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's one of the restrictions to help
So
keep
that's one of
the
the
because
restrictions that doesn't
I did
allow me
not
to
want
do that.
the flagships to get overpowered. That's actually why I called them flagships. Because I didn't want to use the term
Um,
dreadnought because it's gotten a negative connotation among the community.
right, that it has a stigma attached.
Yeah, that's
That
the word.
does bring me
Also,
to
it's
skill
the only one that
9,
can.
which is my move first.
Yeah, which is there's also the whole only flagships can carry admirals, and that's because in the real world, in order for a ship to be a flagship, it needs to have an admiral on board.
That's the literal definition.
Something like that. I'm probably wrong because the internet, but
And I did actually include Gol Madred on the flagship for this, but I don't see any captains that I really feel like need to be sniped. Do you have Clark Terrell on something within range?
Alpha, this little guy.
Got it. And that is within range 1 to 3. So I'm going to use Gul Dukat to give myself a free battle station action. And as my normal action, I'm going to fleet action discard Gold Madrid to discard your Clark Terrell.
Well, now
Op
my
goes.
these guys now have a lowest skill of 0
I
in their
approve.
fleet.
Let's see.
What is your lowest captain
That
skill for these guys?
I have low captain skill of 5 on Calvin Hudson.
My highest captain skill is 5 on this shuttlecraft. So we
Sneaky.
will have to try and figure out who shoots first.
No, Calvin is in a formation with Carr, so he shoots at skill 8.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Anyway, I still need to
Um,
do a move.
that was Gul Dukat's setup, and that's the end of my turn.
These Mirandas look so good flying together. I just really like flying Mirandas together. They deserve to be flown together.
They really do. Ships that fly together die together.
All right, is it good for my Voyager to move?
I believe so. Go ahead.
Boom, turn right 3.
All right. Sneaking
Now we're
in
getting
there.
somewhere.
Terok Nor is going to have a problem with that.
Or I could fire it in your battleship. Um,
You can fire at just about everybody.
oh, I need to move this out of the way. So there we go. All right, so I can attack Terek Nor. Does it
Um,
have any defensive upgrades on it? I didn't actually check out the.
yes, I do have shield adaptation and Goldemar, so you're at -2 attack dice with primaries or secondaries.
Ah, that card. Um, all
That
right.
card and that captain.
-2 attack dice. Is that like so a total of -3, or what are we looking at?
No, no, it's -2 whether it's primaries or secondaries, because
Oh, okay.
secondaries are only -1 against the shield upgrade, but Goldemar is -1 against secondaries and mines, and I don't expect to step on any mines with Terok Nor. So I'm just talking about the fact of it's -2 attack dice for every attack
I
until
think
my
I'm
shields
gonna.
go down.
I think I'm gonna fire my biomolecular torpedo because I've never used that before. And I own
Doesn't that
three
have
copies. I
area
own three
damage?
copies of the Borg pack, and I've never used biomolecular torpedoes. But oh right, I need to
Fancy.
take an action, so I'm going to as my action, because I don't think I can be shot by anyone. No, I'm
Doesn't
safe.
look like anybody but Terok Nor is going to shoot you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna battle stations. Battle stations. and then I'm going to... Actually, can I shoot Tarek? Yeah, I can. And I'm going to shoot Tarek Nor with 5 attack dice.
Coming in.
Woo! Let's convert those.
Well, there you go. It was 5 attack dice instead of 7 attack dice, right?
It's biomolecular torpedo. It's the primary weapon value.
I thought I told you that you roll -2 attack dice against Terraknor.
Oh. Oh, I thought that would do. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought it would be a conversion thing, so it would just remove them afterwards. That was a
No,
herp.
we actually roll less dice.
No,
There
no,
we
I
go.
get it. I made a build with that a while ago. I'm rolling 3 attack dice.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, that's pathetic.
That's significantly less scary than the 5 attack dice I saw a second ago.
Ugh.
So I believe that takes one of the 8 shields off Terraknor.
This Voyager is feeling a lot less dangerous.
That's not as confident making as it was when there was 5 hits unmodified.
True. But all I need to do is kill your battleship and this, and yeah. I
And
might be
now
able to
we
stall you
start
out.
firing back. Uh, the 4th wing, Khan and Lurin, are going to combine their fire. Khan is going to... wait. 2nd wing, Lurin. Actually, yeah. So Lurin is going to be attacking the Alpha Miranda with 6 dice. 6 attack dice right here. Let's see what we have. I only have a battle stations for conversion, but that's all I need. I like my rolls way better than your rolls. Alpha Miranda has 2 defense dice coming in.
And I'll spend
You
it
could spend your battle stations for
battle
that.
stations. I think I'm gonna need to. And that means
Yeah,
I take
so
2 hits, 2 crits. No, 1 hit, 3 crits. And I have a
yes.
derp. Oh, I technically could theoretically survive that.
Depends on what the 2 crits to hole are.
Let's find out.
Survey says.
Come on, I'm trying to drag the whole thing over. There we go. Drop it right there. That's 1 hit.
Bring the damage cards close by.
I feel like I'm gonna be needing them a lot. No.
Direct hit.
I'm. So that's there. And that could potentially blow me up, but I'm already blown up.
Didn't you have 2 shields?
Oh, right. Yeah. What am I talking about? I was thinking of that wrong. But that still kills the ship.
That still is enough because of the direct hit.
Yeah. So
All right.
go there.
That's my first
guys...
formation. Fired
there.
and forgotten. Next up, we have skill 8 with Carr. And Carr and Calvin are going to be firing separately. Carr has, let's see, what kind of range are we dealing with? Range 2. Perfect. Okay. Oh, does Carr not have a battle station? It's fine. Firing my secondary weapon, I'm going to be using phased polaron beams. Those ignore shields. At range 1 to 2, I have my ship bonus, which is 1 extra die. So 4. I have a bonus from Carr because I'm higher captain skill to 5, and I have a bonus from Denatra to 6 attack dice.
Yeah, see, well, you
All
spent your
right.
whole time trying to figure out how to make the perfect build. I spent my time trying to figure out how to fit all these games into one week.
And I convert one of these battle stations to a hit. So these four are going at your Beta Miranda through the shields.
Okay, let's find out if I survive. Nope.
That is a no, sir.
But yeah, it definitely sped things up a bit.
Right? The
I'm
formation
definitely
flying
feeling
is
that.
doing great thing,
Yeah, it
for me
reduces
at
the amount of
least.
attacks, and it's well, I mean, I think it works. I mean, I'm just flying a bad build in general, but like, I mean, even if this wasn't Flotilla, this was a terrible build. But
Fair enough.
I really, yeah, okay. But then again, it'll be
It's
interesting because
getting
this
things going,
Voyager is gonna hang around for quite a while. It's got a third
right?
durability. But I think if all of your
Calvin,
guns point at it, you might be able to kill it in one turn.
it's a matter of time, but the rest of the ships have to be dealt with before I really focus in.
Okay.
Calvin has a variety of fun weapons for just such an occasion. Does Calvin have a target lock? He did on a dead ship. In fact, let me
But can't you
remove
spend the
those.
target lock of a friendly formation ship?
Yes, but Carr also had a lock on a dead ship, so it's
Oh, okay.
unhelpful. The only one left is the fourth wing, which is Khan, and there's he's already fired for the turn. But I do have a slew of weapons over here, so I wanted to make sure there wasn't one I was missing that I could use.
I was
There
thinking,
isn't, so it's just going to
well,
be a Denature bonus for 4 attack dice, I believe.
yeah, I was thinking, oh
Uh,
well, my shuttle will survive. You don't. He's not a threat. No one's gonna shoot a shuttle. But then I just remembered that in the episode Valiant, the Defiant, not the Defiant, but the battleship blows up all of the escape pods that it can. So no, the
it's
Dominion
pretty
are not
cruel.
in for taking prisoners.
They don't like survivors. I also place a time token on both Tactical Command Reticle and Arsenal in order to add +1. So that's 5 dice rolled with a battle station. Um, 3 hits and a crit. I
Also,
really don't need all this quality I built.
I noticed something really interesting. Since Voyager actually has a hull of 4, I can fly it in formations.
That's true. It
Although
is
this one
a
is
valid
considered
ship.
a flagship, so I can't put it in a formation. But like,
Right.
if I, cause
It's
yeah.
the wrong classification of ship, but it is within the stat requirements.
Now I'm tempted to run a build that's Voyager surrounded by 9 shuttlecraft.
Just have all the support for a couple
just
key,
because in
literally
Voyager they
just
went through
Voyager.
9 separate shuttlecraft get destroyed throughout the series.
Kind of a thematic nod to the losses over time.
Yeah, I actually introduced a rule. Well, I pitched a rule to the England group because we play really big games with like
Yeah.
usually we're only flying like 1 to 3 ships, sometimes 5 for a finale. But which sometimes people get eliminated really early on, and which is if
Right.
your last ship's destroyed, you are handed a generic Type 7 shuttlecraft to just fly around the board with and pepper enemies, but you can't score
Oh, that's
points with it
cool.
because
You're not technically like
out of the game.
off the board, but you're not helping.
Yeah, and well, also the fun part is I realized with 6 players, if somebody kills 3 of them or 4 of them, they could have like 4 shuttles constantly shooting
They
them.
could have an actual formation of ships to play with.
Well, this was not with this system. This is just for the standard games. But
Hmm.
yeah. Where are we now? Is it my turn to shoot?
Um, I finished. Well, I rolled my attack against your shuttlecraft,
Oh, okay.
and you've yet to respond.
I didn't know you were attacking the shuttlecraft. All right. And that's at range 3, right? Is that a secondary or primary
Yes,
weapon?
it's primary weapons.
Okay,
I,
so
I didn't have the right weapons to shoot at you.
Pew! Oops. Well, I have 1 of
I
8,
like it.
and you rolled
All right.
a
2 hits, 2
little,
crits are left after the fact.
a little bit higher than 1 of 8.
All right. It's working well for me, I've got to say. And I haven't even moved on to my command ship.
Are they out of range? No!
Not the battleship. The battleship is in range. Um, Turns out I had the wrong captain skill on this. This is captain skill 6. I thought it still had Gul Dukat or Gul Madred. Um, Gul Dukat is going to be firing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack dice. Get those together with a battle stations conversion. Survey says,
Is that a normal attack or is that a secondary weapon?
yeah, primary weapon, so you do get a bonus defense die.
I get 2 bonus because this is the Raven and I have a scan token.
Ooh, fancy.
Right? I think so. Let me just double check.
And I'm going to spend the battle station to convert the 1.
Yeah, my range combat
So
bonuses are doubled,
5
which
hits
means
coming in.
interesting. It means that the Raven can actually get up to be a 3 attack dice ship at range 1. Which is nice.
Okay, so I'm not exactly worried about that.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's worried about anything from the Raven. So what did you get? You got 5 hits. Okay.
Yes, unmodified. 5 plane hits, no crits involved.
Only 4 defense. That might survive. Okay, and I'll spend my evade. So that brings it down to 1 hit.
That's you mean 2
2
hits?
hits. Oops. Alright, and I have 2 shields. Right? 3 shields, sorry. So that gets rid of 2 of my shields.
2 shields go down,
Actually
and we
survives.
move.
It actually
I think we
survives.
did we skip? No, I was about to ask if we skipped Voyager's chance to attack, and I
No,
forgot
I
that it
did. I
just
shot Turok Nor and
attacked
only got 1
Teraknor.
hit in.
Speaking of Teraknor,
Oh no.
it's their turn to fire for their 5 attack dice against you.
Okay.
So hit, crit, crit. Battle station is going to allow me to convert one of those blanks with Bohica. So I've got hit, hit, crit, crit. 4 damage coming in against your 2 defense dice.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Oops. Oh no!
So we start chopping away at the shields.
I don't. Does the Borg Blade of Hull Armor go before or after shields?
Is it? I thought it was after shields because it's damage cards.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense.
Oh no! Place all the damage. Yeah, place damage cards you would receive
Okay.
beneath this.
4. Okay.
It's actual hull armor. You have to get hit on the hull
Yeah,
first.
it's not like the Blade of Generator, which is before, which actually turns off your shields. And the Raven actually has a similar ablative hull armor card called, I think it's Structural Integrity or something. And
Mm-hmm.
what it does is it takes 1 damage from every attack. So if you attack with like a ton of dice, it's only going to save you 1 hull, but it can save you. It reduces attack by 1 for 3 attacks, and then it's discarded, basically.
Okay.
So it doesn't
So it
absorb
chunks a little
all
bit of
damage.
damage
It
off.
absorbs a bit of the damage each
A
time.
set amount every time.
Yep.
Kind of like the improved deflector screens, but without needing shields active.
And is it now the Raven's turn to attack?
It is.
Okay, so that's 1 attack. If you were closer, it would be able to. I'm assuming that the ability for the ship. You know how they say you can only use 1 scan for 1 ability. The named ability of the ship
Uh,
is scan doubles your range combat bonuses. I'm assuming that's for the entire round.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's that one ability is spread over like whatchamacallit.
Both attack and defense.
It's spread 1 token counts for your captain, your ship, and 1 upgrade.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh. Never mind.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
I fired at battle stations at you. Okay, so cleanup phase.
You're right. I technically don't need this battle station anymore.
So, are we done this round?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna delete those. Well, now it's the Voyager and the Raven. That's thematic.
It is certainly a combo. Would you like to call the game here because it's pretty clear what the next turns are?
Um,
I think
sure.
we've learned as much as we're going to learn about flying the formations right now because
And
I
just the balance. I do think this game mode works. Just bring a build that makes sense, like his.
bring a more particularized build. I don't know if the uh, formations are underpowered at the